Hello. I know that many people have been asking me about the OI Learning Challenge and what it is, and it is going through this book and or grabbing the PDFs, which you can grab on any device by going to any of the links in my bios. It looks like this, and then you see the OI Learning Challenge, and you got uh, the categories of life PDF, the first one, and that has all of the categories of life with their definitions, and I'm still working on a little bit. There's some things that I miss, and I have to go back and redeem on. But then in the second one, there's the categories of life volume 2 free PDF, and in that it's the simplified version without the definitions. So it takes a 700-page book and brings it to about 300 pages. So it's a little bit more comprehensible. You just have to look up the definitions, and it's a little bit more fun that way. But you can also grab the PDF and then document your education, however so, whatever format or medium you would like. But since all the categories of life are in alphabetical order, you can alphabetically organize everything. If you learn all the parts of your body, your brain, heart, everything, and how it all connects and works together, you'll realize that it conceptually aligns with the story of Jesus Christ, the computer, uh, everybody else's unit of life, every single unit in general, and how all construct is a different format or language of the description of every single vessel and or unit of life and or consciousness and or material matter. Um, Yet it all comes from the body um, of every realm and vessel that took part in all that happened ever. But yeah, so that's the Organized Internet Learning Challenge. And basically, what you're going to do is go through all the categories and learn all the categories, and it'll logistically show you the fundamentals and basics and proper analytics of each prospective unit and or category, and you will have a broader and or vast knowledge of the subject based on the description in alphabetical order and or in a trained comprehensible function. uh, So yeah, I hope this really helps everybody, and I hope they get a lot of knowledge from it, and I hope that you can document it. Like I'm gonna do this for my children, where I document, me teaching them each category and me learning the categories with them, because there's always gonna be something new to learn with each category, and that's the beauty of each generation and or revolution of children. And at the end of this, I hope that the only past that we truly have is the past of time, and all is redeemed, and woes are completely for tool and not for lesson anymore. And we accomplish all that should be accomplished so we can live in paradise and or what I see as the promised land, because I believe God is that good. So yeah, shout out to the Organized Internet, shout out to the categories of life, shout out to the OI Learning Challenge, and I hope you guys all have a lot of fun with it. If you want to, you can turn in what you have to me when you get it done, and we can also go through it, or you can keep it and just make it as your memoirs, or uh, just something that people find when you pass, or a journal entry, or whatever you'd like, truly. But yeah, if you get it, then you have more seeds, and then through the Akashic records and or things like Click, with Adam Sandler, where he could see everything and all that and feel and all these things. Yet he couldn't technically go back until he was allowed to. But in the Akashics, everything will be seen. So all the things that you do now to leap forward in time and or prosper the generations to come will be shown to represent you as the hero that you've always been and truly are. Look at, I'm not even reading anything. We're still on this. I just get like lost in it. But yeah, and that's why everything you do right now is atomically recorded, like Click and or Assassin's Creed. And I just want you all to be represented beautifully and not have to be judged for your negligence, because though you are not condemned, though you don't deserve eternity in hell, uh, every repercussion of your actions is a ripple in the sea of frequency and or the waters of the universe that carry out to be exactly what it is. And I believe we're here to do better than all that. Not necessarily just make waves, but to make it so where we can surf forever calmly and still hit the biggest waves ever and it not affect the land. Um, and like these are just all metaphors and similes and hyperboles and whatever. But I guess not necessarily a hyperbole, but somewhere close to that, because it's more factual than an act of fiction for me, because I believe in the reality of what is real and I believe in the reality of what is tool, because there is fact and fiction to the reality that we extend it to, yet everything can be used for fact. And that's the problem, and that's why we are where we are, and the generation can't decipher right and wrong because it's so atomic that it has to be something ordinary yet irregular like this, because every single thing that we were ever taught is the exact opposite of what I'm doing. And that's the complexity of joining this, because I understand how people could get lost in every single function in the new fundamentals of all this because it's way too simple. It sounds like it's untrue because it's way too simple. But once the comprehension is, it'll be the most feasible thing that everybody's ever been able to intake or ingest, in this consecutive order, which is alphabetical, which is the alphabet. I come from the Ho Chunk Nation, and we win. Like, I don't really. If I'm gonna go gamble, I'm going there to win. So you know what that means? I basically got to beat the house, and then I have to get the money from there, and then go play with the house money, regardless. Do you understand? I see how this all goes because I'm exactly what I need to be for all this, and I appreciate God for every single second, and I just pray for the health, wealth, and abundance for every single person to save themselves, just as Jesus Christ already died to save us all. And I'm not bringing religion into it as a divisive, I'm bringing into it as a statement of who I am. Just as I pride in your ability to tell me your origin and not just discard it like it was nothing, like it wasn't something that brought you up to know the love of God and Jesus Christ and know the love of your brother and sister and your mother and father, and so forth. So yeah, that's the Organized Internet Learning Challenge, and I just rock with y'all all so heavy, and I hope that you enjoy this. This book is such a rough draft, but it'll be a piece of history one day. This will be actually not sold very soon because I have to make an updated version of it, and then this will just be a piece of history, and there's only a couple out there, but I would like to do book signings and so much more. Yeah, like that I got this on a boombox and a and a stool. Yeah. I'm just doing my best, and one day it'll be even better, and I'll be more professional, and I'll be exactly who I want to be, just as I would hope for everybody else. And once we consume this knowledge, we'll be able to do everything that we need to do, and yeah. I don't know if you can read that. It's all crazy backwards because the camera. It says, "Enjoy this book. I hope it helps you gain vast knowledge." Join the Discord, join the Organized Internet, links in bio. Let's get it popping.